Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of refoaming speakers. Okay, on the last episode, part 1, you may have noticed I was running out of video space on my camera, on my phone, at the point of adding the adhesive to the cone driver to the foam surround. So right now I'm at the point of being able to add the adhesive to the cone. Last time I was going to use an X-Acto knife to try to be able to get the edge of previous adhesive off the edge of the cone itself. And what I had to do, because it just gumped up even on that sharp razor knife, had to use my fingers. Just pull this up a hair and just had to nibble off with the tips of my fingers, just grabbing very carefully the little edges all the way around. I didn't end up doing it on the bigger woofers, but the mid woofers here I did, and made it real clean, and it'll be less surface against the foam surround right where it meets the cone. So this is really better. Hopefully you can take note from the start on your project. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down so you can see. Hopefully you can get this in view. And I'm going to start adding the adhesive, the rubber cement, the glue they send with to the foam itself, leaving a nice little bead all the way around. It's going to take a while for it to tacky up and get on there, but I'm going to add this carefully. On standard paper cone drivers or some of those hard plastic like polyurethane cones, you won't be able to lift the edge up like this, but then again you most likely will not be having to put the foam surround under the lip of the cone. So I'm going to get this hopefully adhesive all the way around. And of course you have to use your fingers, come back over it and just press it down in the place where it's at. Sometimes you'll notice a spot where you're a little thin with adhesive too. You might have to lift up from underneath, cone like so, and it looks like we're getting some slight squish out, which is good. I'm having to go around and with my finger, if I can get it in there, past some of the parts of the frame. I have to try to push the foam underneath against the lip. I'm not sure if you can see where it's pushing out a little bit. That's good. It makes a good seal where it's pushing out, just like it did on the original manufacturing of these when they put the foam surrounds on. But I do believe that they put the foam surrounds on the cones before the cones ever go into the frame or the basket with the spider. The spider gets glued down. That's that inner part inside that you see, that accordion looking flexible. It's a type of foam molded treated cloth, and they glue that in place as they put it down in there. And they have special equipment. It's all lined up nicely. It's special manufacturing, I'm sure, that helps assemble these. If they're doing it by hand, they have to use little spacers before they put that center dust cap in the middle. But then when they're going in with it and it's all going down straight and make sure it's centered, they have the glue on the back frame so that they just come down with the whole foam surround already on the cone and just sets down in place. Now, man, that would make it easy if it could be done here. but we're having to deal with a cone already holding to the basket by the what they call the spider, and as things start to lip up on the bottom with the foam, I'm having to keep it all tight from underneath as the adhesive starts to tacky. So once this is all tight, I'll be, and dry, I'll be back to show you it. Okay, I know it's a little dusty in there. I need to wipe it down, but I was saving to wipe it when I got all finished with the tacky, super gooey rubber cement. But you can get it all installed back into the driver. Once you're done with the setting of the glue, I would let the rubber cement set for at least several hours before even trying anything. More recommended would be at least 12 to 24 hours before plugging them in and jamming out with them. But first, you can go ahead and install it. You will have to poke the little holes where the frame basket screw holes are. You can probably see that right there. Poke it from the outside in with a sharp tool, maybe a little ice pick or something, from the front, to be able to give that screw hole some leadway and not have the screw grab onto the foam too much and tear or try to pull it from the rubber cement. I mean, it shouldn't pull by that time in setting, but if you're getting a little ahead of yourself on putting stuff back in, I would use a little X-Acto knife and cut the hole out in the foam from the front side down in, to make sure that the screw does not really grab a hold of it and pull on your glue job, because it takes a while for that rubber cement to actually get, even though it's pliable, hard enough to really hold good. So I would say wait a bit, just let them set, check on them, and in the first 5 to 15 minutes you're having to make sure that things tacky up and the foam doesn't curl away from the edge of the surfaces where it needs to go, and that it stays all intact. And then once it's all cured, put it back in. You'll be jamming. Cheers.